Okay. Hi,
I
Urban
guess,
Booze.
yes. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. TGIF.
Happy Friday. Happy
TGIF.
Friday. Here we go. Here we
There we
go.
go.
Here
We
we
are
go. Here we
live. We are
go.
live.
Want to hear a little of
You
that
know,
music?
I hear no music.
Oh, you hear something now?
I, I hear it now.
Okay. Little Urban Booze.
Little Urban
Gonna
Blues.
happen.
Okay, can I get my head out of the pictures? Okay.
Okay. Stop the
Nah.
music a little abruptly, but it stopped. We are
We can't.
back.
Yeah, we are back, and now I am back. I just had a busy Friday. Sorry, y'all. We wanted to do this earlier, and it was all my fault.
And then I was just like, I want to do it. I got to talk to the people, and people came. So people, come
Yeah.
on back. Come on back,
Well,
y'all.
we hope people come on back to chat and to hear our conversation, join in the conversation. I have to figure out how I can see the chat. I think I probably have to have a separate laptop or something separate to
That's
see YouTube because I can't see anything but the eCam stuff.
okay. I am wait. There should be when people chat, when people post, it should scroll up in Ecamm and also in YouTube.
I don't see it. I'm gonna be completely
Hmm.
honest. I don't see it at
Okay.
all
All right. Hang on one second. One second. Let me leave a post.
because I'm
Let's
I'm
see.
set up like a guest and
Hmm.
the only thing I can do is regulate my camera.
Oh, right here. Let's see. Come on, I don't see anything. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, all I see is a white border
Okay.
with you on one side, me on the other side with the
Okay.
pictures. That's all I see. I don't see any chatting. That's why I was like, it would have been cool. And I have to remember
There
either
we are. It takes a second for it to come up. It just came up. There we
what?
are. See?
Let's see. Maybe I'm gonna hit this. I see. So is that
Mm-hmm.
actually? Oh yeah, there's your daughter. Hey,
Mm-hmm. That's A strapped, man. She's strapped.
hey, hey, A Strap Leah. Oh, thank you, girl.
See?
They're readers that probably won't be readers for long.
Okay, let's
All
turn
right,
that
so what
down.
I'm looking at, all right, so look, let's just jump into it. You know, we'll let Miss A Strap kind of join in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We this is our drinks in a movie episode.
Drinks and a movie. We both have a drink and we both watched the same movie. So we can talk to you about
Right.
what we liked, what we didn't like, and what we
Okay,
thought.
let me move this side. There we go. Yeah. So basically, I got inspired. We looked at Sylvie's Love. Stay
Mm-hmm.
stressed. I love it. I love it. Why can't I respond? Oh, I can't respond to her.
You can go on YouTube and respond to her. Well, what do you want to say? You can respond to her verbally. Speak.
I'm not.
Speak to her.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, A-Shot Leo the girl. So we are talking about Sylvie's Love, and I want to talk about the drink that inspired me after watching this. This was a nostalgic love story, which, you know, the jaded me was like, I don't know about this love story, but it drew me in. So just to kind of show you what represented, what it kind of influenced what I had to drink, I am drinking this lovely Shiraz, which is dark, bold, and spicy. And that represents how I felt about this movie.
Wow.
Okay,
It seems like she's drinking the same thing. I'm drinking a dark and lovely Zinfandel from Trader Joe's.
okay. And then let me show you. Okay, no, I can only find this in the neighborhood liquor store. Let's see if I can hold it up.
I know it's so hard in there because everything is reversed. Hold it up a little bit higher. It's a pretty label. It's a big bottle, though.
It is, girl. I'm gonna have this done in a couple of days. I love this Shiraz. I love it. And like I said, just just what I got from this movie made me think this was comfortable. It has a bold taste, and it's just that whole love affair was spicy. So I think that movie kind of sums it up in my glass of wine tonight.
Now, see, I just went very straightforward, and I'm still working with, whoops,
There we go.
Mother's Milk. Keegan's Ales, Mother's Milk. It's a nice beer, but this was on Amazon Prime. Sylvie's Love was on Amazon Prime. A show
Mm-hmm.
that I love on Amazon is called The Boys, and they have a character named Mother's Milk. He's a superhero played by Laz Alonso, and he's tasty.
Is Laz Alonso in the movie?
Laz Alonso is on Amazon Prime. Okay.
Okay, Laura, you got to work with this.
Mother's Milk is the character's name. Mother's Milk
in Sylvie's Love
on Amazon Prime.
No, Laura, no. We got to stay focused. We're talking about Sylvie's Love and what inspired our drink, not another show, not another actor.
It inspired my Friday night drink.
Oh, okay.
It's Friday night, and I'm having Mother's Milk.
And I have to say, I really love the style of the '60s. I think it was it was such a wonderful, enjoyable movie. It wasn't, as you said, full of trauma. What is that term you use?
Trauma porn. It wasn't trauma porn.
Trauma porn. It wasn't trauma porn. It was a real nice tradition. I'm not gonna say traditional, but it was just a comforting movie.
It was like comforting. A Lifetime movie, like a Hallmark movie, where it's like they're for women. I don't watch Hallmark movies that much, but I haven't watched, I don't even think I have Lifetime anymore, but I remember how those were. And this Amazon right now seems to be capturing, a Black experience that is not a traumatic one, that is not a Tyler Perry one, but it is one that we can watch and enjoy. And it's a period piece. I think A-Strapped asked earlier about tragedy porn. Yeah. But she asked earlier about Bridgerton, and I'm like, look, there are some issues with Bridgerton's not tragedy porn, so there's that. But she asked if we'd watched it, and I said, no, we have different reasons for why we haven't watched it.
And we'll talk about that later, but I did watch Bridgerton. I watched like 3 episodes last night. I know. We'll talk about that later, girl.
Okay.
But, my daughter has issue with it. I actually enjoyed it, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But Sylvie's Love, that whole style, that whole era reminded me of my mother, because I remember those clothes. I love those clothes.
Those clothes, and then that elegance, and they were up in Harlem. There was no shooting. The cars, the streets are clean. The people are on the roof just getting some sun. When they go into the city, everybody's dressed for work. It
was just it was a nice, naive love for those of us who hunger for that nostalgia and want to see a love story. Yeah, while it did have some sex in it, it wasn't in your face. We got to see somebody's booty crack sex, like like in Bridgerton. That's one of the first scenes you see. I was like, okay. Right,
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
Well, you got to see it, but anyway, but with Sylvie's Love, it was just it was like a nice warm blanket. I watched it and it was enjoyable. You felt the pain of the characters, like Lord knows.
But there was also the relationships that were so nice, and even the consideration, even when. And this is not going to be spoiler free, y'all. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. And then come back and look at this, because we're going to talk about some of the things that happen. But she decides that she doesn't want to hold him back. He has an idea of this great career, and he's going to go and have this great career. He loves her, and he says, come with me. She knows she can't go. So she lets him go, and then lets him, be on his own without her and without the baby that she's having.
Right. Well, no, of course, she didn't tell him she was pregnant. She didn't want to hold him back, because she knew he was that kind of young man where he would have sacrificed his life for her. Because
he would have done right. He would have done what he did, which was go right back to Detroit and get a job and support his family.
Yeah. But
but we're not going to even brush that off, because that's a big deal. That a guy says, "Hey, I'm going to go. I got this job that
Mm-hmm.
we can all live on this job. I'm going to go do that. And she didn't want that. She had her own ideas too and her own plan for herself. It wasn't about trapping a man and getting a marriage. It was about, she wanted this career.
Mm-hmm. It was a good story, about I would say the genuineness of a relationship and love. It wasn't
Hmm.
anyone trying to use anybody. There was no player from the Himalayas role. There was no pimp role where somebody got
Hmm.
slapped down.
Right.
It just truly chronicalized, life and relationships, because everything is not how exaggerated it is in today's movie. Today's movie
Right.
leaves nothing to the imagination.
Right.
Women
Unless
say,
it's the ridiculousness. Some of the ridiculous
yeah,
situations are like, I could have never thought of that. That's
right,
crazy
right,
talk.
right. Yeah, yeah. I definitely think that this is a movie I would have enjoyed. Sit with my mother. My mother would have reminisced the music, the
Hmm.
time. I mean, obviously, her cousin was woo. She was faster than grease lightning.
I didn't think her cousin was. I found her, see, because that whole thing with the cousin. Why is the brown skinned girl the fast girl? Right.
Okay,
Because we had that in Coming to America. Remember that
right.
the younger sister. She was just out there, woo,
That's
woo,
true.
woo,
That's true. That's
snapping
true.
with a finger. She was everywhere, and she couldn't be trusted. She was wild and crazy. And then there's the light skinned nice girl, and then the other one. And I think this cousin wasn't even, she was more knowledgeable, but she was more friendly, I think. Whereas Tessa Thompson's character, Sylvie, was a little bit standoffish. The other was like, hey, you want to dance? Yes, I'd like to dance. She didn't get pregnant.
Right.
She liked the guy, but she went on to work for
Mhm.
Martin Luther King. She's like, why aren't you at the
Right.
theater? She's like, oh, I'm in Atlanta. I got things to do. The movement's happening. I got to organize. So
Hmm.
she wasn't. But again, there's the relationship. You have these two women are cousins, but they're like sisters. They're close, and it's nice
Right.
to see. We see the
But talk about
relationship.
colorism. You see the mother's complexion and then the
Hmm.
mother's stature in society and her father.
Right, right,
Mm,
exactly. Here's the black man, and he has the record shop, but he has his own business, and it was a legitimate business. There was no numbers running up in there and getting numbers or anything in the middle of the
no, but
day.
the mother was high yellow teaching etiquette classes.
Etiquette. That was the term I could. I was like finishing
Yeah.
school, trying to do finishing school, and she was very upset
Finish.
with the daughter because she wasn't participating and she wasn't finished. And who does she marry? A brown skinned man. And who does she fall in love with? A brown skinned man. You
Well,
know.
now let me. Now I was trying to remember, and I guess this was the same guy because I thought she said he was a doctor.
No,
That her fiance.
her fiance was in the Korean War, and
So
he
that
worked
was
for an
him
ad
who ended up
agency.
marrying.
That's who she ended up marrying, and that was her fiance. But he ended up, he became the Black Don Draper. He was in the Korean War. He came back and worked in an ad agency, and now he's
Mm-hmm.
trying to impress his clients with his nice light skinned wife and his nice house
Yeah.
up in Westchester,
Mm-hmm.
someplace. You know,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then that little dinner scene
yeah,
with the client's wife. Woo,
hmm,
girl.
yeah,
I, s-
yeah.
I
That
mean,
was that was so. It was subtle. It was well done because it was very subtle. Where she's like, "Oh
hmm,
well, we have a girl for that," and she's like, "No, I do my own." But who cooked the meal? She got the meal from work, right?
yeah,
She
yeah.
didn't. She didn't come home. She came home and put everything in the oven. It was already prepped. She didn't have to do
But
anything for
yeah,
it.
but overall, I really, really think that it was just a well done movie, and it's so nice that the full spectrum of
Hmm.
Black culture is now starting to really be illustrated, and there's a platform for it. It's not all
Right.
just one genre. It's not all horror. It's not all shoot 'em up, and then it's not, oh, somebody got on drugs, was a prostitute, and became a journalist. You know how extreme we have. The black
Right.
exploitation.
Or
So
they struggle with the crack addiction as they raise their 10 babies, but the
yeah.
savior white people come and rescue the children for them, and then they have to keep it together to get their kids back, and they don't have any place to live, right?
So look, if we haven't ruined it for everybody,
It's
go
a
see
good
it.
movie. It's a fun movie. People will
Bravo
enjoy it.
Amazon. They're trying to give Netflix and Disney.
Amazon is turning into they're doing a Black Voices that is not the BET Black Voices, that is not the
Thank
Tyler Perry
God.
Black Voices, that
Mm-hmm.
but it is, and it's serious and it's entertaining and it's enjoyable.
Exactly. And in fact, let's add, they're giving HBO Max a run for their money. If they keep coming up with this quality programming,
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it. Now I'm really seeing what my Prime money is going in. Before it was like,
I
but
see.
now
I
I
was
really,
happy to pay Prime, and because they gave it to me. Did I tell you my Prime story?
no,
Remember they
what?
had that crazy phone? Amazon had that Amazon Fire phone before they even came out with the Fire tablet. They had a Fire phone. So,
No.
well, I remember because my child wanted a phone, the youngest one, and he was about 7. And phones were like $200-$300. That's way back when they were. I'm like, you don't need a phone, and they said it's $1.99. So I go down to the AT&T store. Is it really $1.99? Yes, it is. So I paid
Mm-hmm.
$1.99. I got the phone. Now the service is maybe $30 a month, but he's 8 years old. What else? We don't need to spend more than that for him to have a phone. So he's got his phone, and then they say, "Hey, look, we'll give you Amazon." I'm glad it's good. To wind down on a Friday night. So they gave us Amazon Prime also with that phone, and
Mm-hmm.
it was for the free packages, or the free shipping on the packages. And I was like, well, I'll take that. I don't have to pay for it. And
Oh,
I had it for a year, and after that, I got comfortable with that quick shipping. I might ship a package maybe once a month, but if you don't have to pay for shipping, that means you don't have to add that cost in. And I felt like, well, that's worth
right.
it. And they offered it to me, I think, at like $70 when I first got in.
Mm-hmm.
So, then it's like, what? You got TV too? Well, I'll watch this. And then
Yeah,
when
well,
when you let the cable go, it's nice to know you've got something.
exactly. Now you know what I have. I still have the Cube. They had given me that Amazon Cube for $5.
The
I had
Cube?
it. It's a cube, yes, and I plug my TV into it, and I turn my TV on and off. I said Alexa, turn to whatever show, and
Oh
they turn
yeah,
it on.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
I got
okay.
the cube, girl. I had that
Oh,
cube for at least 3-4 years
oh
and never
yeah.
used it.
Wow.
But
No, but
it was
I will also never forget that time you have Alexa, I have Alexa. I have to unplug my Alexa because you told Alexa to do something and we were talking on the phone, and my Alexa in my house took commands from you. And I was like, don't need this in the house.
well, they're all collecting information on us. I mean, I actually have one in my son's room so that I could talk to him because he doesn't close the door. But anyway, we're kind of going off
Whoa,
as we
off
normally do on
topic, yeah.
Tangent. Look, we hope that those that have joined us, and especially you, Miss A. Strap Leola, that you enjoyed our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you were part of it. That's what's so cool about it. We are going to try to do this, do an Urban Booze version. So, you know what? We said we wanted to have a rating system, an Urban Booze rating system.
Oh yeah. I would give this a high rating. I'm gonna give
But we
this.
got to give it an Urban Booze rating. We're going to give it, what is it? 2 glasses? I don't know. We got to come up with a rating system. But
We'll come up
we
with a
like
rating
it.
system. Mm-hmm.
We're going to come up with a rating system that is our own.
Because now I'm on.
Oh, you're on another
favorite
beer, but
I
you don't
like your beer.
drink a lot. Mm-hmm.
Listen, there's not, unlike last scheduled show when we did the beer can, which was that thing was insanely high. These have low alcohol content, so they're easier to enjoy. I can't enjoy a beer when it has like 12% or 9% alcohol by volume. That's too much.
All right.
Give me
Well,
5%, 4%.
well, if A Strap Leola's still on, what's the next movie we should look at and talk about? Is she there?
A Strap, are you there? I'm not sure if she's there.
She might have left us.
Well, she talked about Bridgerton earlier, and
Okay, this is what I want you to do.
Tell me.
Let's talk Bridgerton. I've already seen like the first 2-3 shows because it was that interesting to me. Would love to get your take on it. And let's not talk about Bridgerton before they're up for their next season. But I thought it was interesting. I enjoyed it. I really
Well,
did.
I will say one thing about Bridgerton and representation. And
Love that. Love that.
did you feel represented?
I did. And it
Really?
was in such a way that it was almost like a, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know, a utopian society where we are all just working together. The only difference is class, if there is class, but it was with all the black and brown and white people running around in that movie. It was never a thing that was pointed out that, oh, the black people live there. Right? No, it's all intermingled, and certainly probably Shonda Rhimes' idea of utopia, a utopian world where is egalitarian.
Mm-hmm.
People are only different by their stature, whether they're duke princesses. So it's all about money. But the queen is black.
Okay. I have looked at the cast. I have not seen
I loved
anybody.
it. I mean, I'm enjoying it. There's a
I
little
want to
aspect
see
that I
me
don't
when I
like.
see the movies. I want to see
Well,
me.
well, you know what? You'll see shades of you, but this is the
Okay.
first show. I think that they needed to, because my daughter made a comment about the colorism that she felt that it's turning her off from even looking at it, and we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
But we're gonna get Laura started with Bridgerton. I think I'm on my fifth show, and I'll probably look at a couple more tonight.
Okay.
And so until next Friday with a drink and a movie. Hopefully you will join us on live. Oh, I think we got 2 people looking at us. Hey now,
Hey, y'all.
but we're about to go. Hi, but we're about to go. We're gonna, from an Urban Boost perspective, give our take on these movies with the drink in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, and this is a Shiraz, who's ever the second person looking at it. This is something that I love.
This is something
Until
that I
next
love.
time.
It's a beer. It's a German.
Yeah,
Tastes
that's
like
Schopenhauer.
it tastes like soda, grapefruit soda. It's tasty.
It's tasty. So we're gonna sign off because we love talking, and we can talk for hours, but we want to make this interesting, and we hope that next time more will join the conversation. But next week it'll be Bridgerton. But
Okay.
Sophie's Love, we loved it. We're giving it so far a 2 glass
At least.
thumbs up.
At least. Because
Sylvie's
I've
Love
had 2 beers now. So maybe 4 glasses if you.
beer and a glass of wine rating.
Okay, so then that's good. That's a good one.
It's a good movie. Keep up the great work, Amazon Prime. I think it is worth the Prime membership. I can finally confidently say, yeah, job well done.
Okay.
Sylvie's Love, romance that even affects the jaded person in me.
Romance, a romantic period piece starring us. And everybody behaved.
So have a good weekend, guys. You'll see us next week with our show. And if you have any suggestions, the chat box might still be on. But if not, you can always send us an email. Leave a comment. Click like, subscribe. Let us know.
And hit the notification button so that when we do these lives, because we haven't really set a time yet, you'll at least get notified that it's going to happen. As soon as we go live, you'll be notified.
We do guarantee it'll be on a Friday.
Right.
For sure.
We'll do that much, right?
We'll do that much. So if you have that notification button on, they'll let you know that we have started the conversation, and we look forward to having more involvement. Lord, I love it. She wrote a tragedy porn. I'm going to have to remember that.
Tragedy porn, yeah. It's like, I don't want to see tragedy porn.
Well, Sylvie's Love was definitely not tragedy porn, but I'm loving the verbiage. I'm sure we'll be able to use that for something else. So until next time, this is Urban Boost signing off.
We're exploring what's good, sip by sip.
Bye.
Okay? Bye.
Bye. I don't even know if I could get this in.
I don't think I can. Yeah, it's like the wrong way. There we go.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. Okay. Finish. And broadcast.